Every soccer dream has a beginning. Welcome to a new beginning for United Soccer Leagues and to the USL Breakaway magazine show, a season-long series spotlighting the passion, excitement, and tradition at all levels of USL and all of its players, from youth to professional, who all started with a dream. Hello everyone, and welcome to the first edition of USL Breakaway magazine for 2011. I'm your host, Ken Tomash. Over the next 30 minutes and over the next several months, we'll take you inside United Soccer Leagues and explore the teams, the players, and the games that spark the passions of fans from across North America and the Caribbean. This show complements our live coverage of the USL Pro Game of the Week here on Fox Soccer. We'll also bring you the championship matches in USL Pro, the PDL, and the W League. Nowhere else in North America can you feel the tradition just coursing through every level of the USL system. It's a tradition that began with a soccer vision, and now 25 years after the league's founding, that vision is very much alive. Not just here at league headquarters in Tampa, Florida, but on fields throughout the United States, Canada, and the Caribbean. To get an idea of where USL is focusing in 2011, we sat down for a few minutes with USL President Tim Holt.
USL Breakaway originally debuted in 2007 as a way for us to break away from our standard game coverage and go behind the scenes of what was happening and tell a lot of exciting stories off the field to complement our game coverage. USL Breakaway magazine this year will be a monthly show throughout the calendar year. It'll be faster paced. We'll have recurring features and a whole bunch of footage and opportunities that you just won't be able to find anywhere else.
United Soccer Leagues has long featured a comprehensive pyramid structure with the Super Y League for youth players at its base, building upward to the Super 20 League, the W League for women, the Premier Development League for tomorrow's stars, and now USL Pro at the top. New for 2011 are the Indoor I-League and Major Beach Soccer. But let's start with USL Pro, an exciting new concept for USL's top flight. Mike Clan tells us what to expect in 2011.
Good touch, turn around the flick, it's back and it's in the net!
With more than 90 years of combined operational experience, USL Pro is the strongest, most sophisticated, and most experienced North American men's professional soccer league below MLS, both on and off of the field. The new USL Pro promises passion, excitement, tradition. Fans will be able to keep track of all of the action from their favorite teams and players in USL Pro thanks to Fox Soccer Channel and USLLive.com. USL is continuing its long-standing relationship with FSC with a Game of the Week live broadcast. Beginning with Rochester versus Harrisburg on June 11th, Fox Soccer Channel will show 10 regular season USL Pro games and one game from each round of the playoffs, including the championship game, as part of a 3-year agreement with United Soccer Leagues. In addition, the championship games from the Premier Development League and W League will also be broadcast live on FSC. Complementing Fox Soccer Channel's coverage is USLLive.com. More than 100 live games can be seen online through USL Live. Fans can also get to know their favorite players better through highlights, interviews, and dynamic features. Between Fox Soccer Channel and USLLive.com, USL Pro fans will never be far from the action. The new LA Blues franchise thinks the exposure will help people find out about their exciting squad.
I think it's important because anytime you can put your product out there for people to see, obviously there's a lot of competition in our market between having Galaxy here and Chivas here. We're not competing against those teams in a sense, but hopefully our brand of soccer could be a little bit different and it'll appeal to different fans. So without that exposure, our fans would never know unless they actually physically came to a game. So we're hoping it'll help us create fans.
USL Pro is a national league featuring a regional competition model to enhance and build natural rivalries. The 2011 USL Pro alignment is comprised of 2 divisions, the American and the National. Antigua, Charleston, Charlotte, Orlando, Richmond, and Wilmington make up the American division, while Dayton, FC New York, Harrisburg, Los Angeles, Pittsburgh, and Rochester play in the National Division. We will have an in-depth look at each division later in the show. The LA Blues gives USL Pro West Coast exposure.
Come on, Josh.
Head coach Charlie Nemo, who previously led the W League's Pally Blues to 2 championships, is impressed with the competition in USL Pro.
The teams have exceeded my expectations that we've played. You know, all talented in different ways, very good individual players for sure, athletic. So what I've seen so far and what I've watched on USL Live, and speaking to some of the coaches that have been in the league for a long time, they're comfortable with the level being better than it's been. So, you know, who am I to judge better than them? So I think that we're in a pretty tough league right now.
At the top of USL's pyramid, USL Pro features future stars and elite players from throughout the world. World-class player Walter Gaitan gives the new LA Blues instant credibility.
When we first heard his name, you know, and where he was in his career and looking to come back, it made a lot of sense for us, you know, because here's a player that's been top of the goal scoring charts and top flight in Mexico, and you know, looking for a new opportunity, and he wanted to find himself in a new place, and LA and him were a good fit. So he really wanted to come here. For us, no-brainer.
With stars like Gaitan and longtime powers such as Charleston, Richmond, and Rochester, the new USL Pro will entertain soccer fans of all ages.
Of the divisions that make up USL Pro, it's the American division that features 3 clubs with as much history and tradition as you'll find in United Soccer Leagues. It's a division that features a lot of familiar and successful USL faces. The Charleston Battery, a legendary club in USL history, winning the USL 2 Championship last year over their longtime rival, the Richmond Kickers. Now these 2 historic clubs will battle it out in the new USL Pro American division.
Gets it, the turnaround, a shot, and it's in! Down a man! Charleston has doubled the lead!
Joining the Battery and Kickers in the American division are the Charlotte Eagles, Orlando City, Antigua Barracuda FC, and the Wilmington Hammerheads. Founded in 1993, Charleston can now boast 3 USL titles and will once again enjoy solid leadership from the bench behind last year's USL 2 Coach of the Year, Mike Anhauser. Charleston's offense is always explosive, and the Battery enjoy one of the best home field advantages playing at Blackbaud Stadium, the first privately funded soccer-specific stadium in the country. The Battery know it well. They were undefeated at home last season.
Takes it quickly.
Charleston received a break earlier this year as veteran defender John Wilson reversed his decision to retire. Wilson's experience will stabilize the Battery defense and the younger players on the team. A new addition to Charleston is midfielder Nicky Patterson, who comes to the team after spending last season with the Real Maryland Monarchs.
The Eagles have won it! The Charlotte Eagles are your 2005 USL Division II champions.
The Charlotte Eagles are one of the longest tenured clubs in USL, along with USL Pro American Division rivals Charleston and Richmond. The Eagles have made the playoffs 15 of their 18 seasons in USL. Charlotte also reached the championship final 8 times, winning the USL 2 title in 2000 and 2005.
What a sweet win for the organization.
A big reason for the Eagles' success? Stability. Since Charlotte was founded in 1993, the Eagles have had just 2 head coaches, Brian Davidson and now Mark Steffens, who's been the bench boss since 1997. USL awarded Steffens Coach of the Year honors twice, and the Charlotte fans have come to expect tight games from the Eagles, a team known for playing stingy defense.
1-on-4.
This year, Charlotte is looking for an offensive spark from newcomer Chris Salvagione, the Atlantic 10 Offensive Player of the Year while at UNC Charlotte. The debut of Orlando City allows Central Florida to join the USL Pro mix this season. Already, the team has proven itself by drawing some of the best crowds in the league. As many as 8,000 fans have turned out to watch Orlando City in the USL Pro American Division, and some have even likened the atmosphere at Orlando's Citrus Bowl to that felt throughout Europe. One of the big attractions in Orlando is former USL 2 most valuable player Jamie Watson. The midfielder is one of the few players in American soccer history to score a goal in Major League Soccer, USL 1, USL 2, and in the PDL. Young striker Max Griffin will join Watson and should provide additional excitement for the big crowds in Orlando. The former UCLA star was the 2010 USSF Division II Rookie of the Year while playing for the Austin Aztecs. He comes to Orlando City with former Aztecs head coach Adrian Heath, himself a former player coach of Burnley in 1996 and a great goal scorer for Everton in the early 1980s.
Ball to the back post, looking for Elcott. Oh, it's in! Finally, they break through, and Elcott ties it up 1-1 here.
The Richmond Kickers have plenty of history in USL. Established in 1993, they've made the postseason in all but 2 years and have claimed Organization of the Year honors 5 times. Richmond played in back-to-back USL 2 championship games, winning everything in 2009.
And then the big clearance, and there is the final whistle. The Richmond Kickers have done it. Lee Cowlishaw will come across and shake the hand of Tom Steffens.
Kickers head coach Lee Cowlishaw's teams are perennially strong and well organized. He took home USL 2 Coach of the Year honors following the 2006 season and provides technical direction and guidance for all levels of the Kickers organization. On the field, the Kickers are strong in the net, with veteran goalkeeper Ronnie Pascal. He allowed just 15 goals last year and was named USL 2 Goalkeeper of the Year in 2009, his 3rd such honor. Richmond's offense is led by striker Matthew Delicott. His 47 goals rank 3rd in the franchise's all-time goals category. Delicott was also a Most Valuable Player finalist in 2009. Coincidentally, 2009 was also the last year that we saw USL Pro American Division member Wilmington in action. But after sitting out 2010, the Hammerheads have returned to USL, much to the delight of the Wilmington faithful who regularly fill Legion Stadium. Wilmington hopes to relive some of the on-field successes it has enjoyed in the past, including playoff runs in 10 of 14 USL seasons, and most notably, the 2003 USL Second Division title. Along the way, head coach David Irving has been the catalyst behind the Hammerheads, and now alongside new owner Bill Rudisell, Wilmington is hoping that the men at the top can help bring back another USL championship to coastal North Carolina. Wilmington has always been one of the most popular USL teams, as several thousand fans religiously flock to Legion Stadium. And despite Irving and Rudisell having to rebuild the team from scratch, many are expecting that the Wilmington Hammerheads will be an immediate contender.
That's 9 you can go everywhere with it. Eddie, your left wing back.
Finally, in the American Division, Antigua Barracuda joined the list of USL greats Charleston, Richmond, Charlotte, and Wilmington, and newcomer Orlando City. All USL Pro teams hoping to make a mark on the field in 2011. USL Pro's American Division features clubs with titles, talent, and tradition. The division can boast of 7 league champions, a host of talented players, and a fan base eager to make more memories in 2011. Well, we have to take a quick break, but don't go away. When we come back, we'll look at the rest of USL Pro, plus the PDL, the W League, the Super 20 League, and the Super Y League. We're just getting started here on the USL Breakaway Magazine Show on Fox Soccer.
The legendary New York Cosmos are back, and to mark the club's rebirth, Umbro has applied its celebrated football tailoring ethos to the brand new 2011 collection. Anthem jacket, Cosmos tees, New York Cosmos jersey, 1976-1977 home jersey. For the complete New York Cosmos line, go to soccer.com/Umbro.
This broadcast of Breakaway Magazine Show is being brought to you by USLsoccer.com. Need to check a match score, find out who's on top of the goal-scoring charts, or catch up on the latest news? You can do it all by logging on to USLsoccer.com, the league's official website. Umbro, true to soccer since 1924. For more information, visit umbro.com. Major Beach Soccer, the original beach soccer organization. Visit MajorBeachSoccer.com to register your team today. This broadcast is authorized by United Soccer Leagues. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of any image, sound, account, or description without the express written permission of United Soccer Leagues is strictly prohibited. Tonight's broadcast was produced for USL by Cultural Global Media Incorporated.
Welcome back. Thousands of stories develop within USL over the course of a season, and USL Breakaway magazine brings you the best. The PDL, the W League, the Super 20 League, and the Super Y League are where dreams begin, and they offer a defined path for male and female players to develop their skills for the next level. Setting USL apart for more than 2 decades, it's these leagues that have established USL as the premier system of development leagues in North America. Perfection in the PDL. The Portland Timbers U23s not only captured the Premier Development League title in 2010, but they became the first undefeated champion in league history, posting an unblemished 20-0-0 record. The Premier Development League is the top U23 men's league in North America, featuring 64 teams across the United States, Canada, and the Caribbean. The PDL offers elite collegiate players the chance to play at a higher level of competition while maintaining their university eligibility.
Into the net! What a ball by Evans, and what a finish by the league MVP, Brent Richards.
No player was better in 2010 than Portland's Brent Richards. The PDL's most valuable player scored 2 goals against the Thunder Bay Chill in the decisive championship game.
They are not at all willing to go out, but they're down 3-1. Brent Richards does it again.
Much to the delight of Portland fans, Richards is back with the club this year, and he'll have plenty of support. Several other players from the Timbers U23 championship team have returned for the 2011 campaign, including all-conference defender Ryan Kowalik and midfielders Paul Ogonyemi and Stephen Evans. With so much experience back, the Timbers U23s are expected to make another run toward this year's PDL championship. The Ventura County Fusion are no strangers to hoisting the PDL Championship trophy, and they're setting their sights in 2011 on a return to the title party. 2 years ago, Ventura knocked off traditional power, the Chicago Fire, to claim the 2009 PDL crown.
There's a goal for Ventura! The Fusion have scored!
The winning goal came off the foot of Alfonso Matagalvan, finding the net late in injury time.
Down on his rear.
This past season, the Fusion advanced to the PDL Conference semifinals, but the Fusion would like nothing more in 2011 than a repeat of their 2009 heroics.
We're always optimistic, we're always hopeful. I think we've got a good squad this year, and a good enough, if not better, squad than what we had in 2009. So that is a very positive. We don't have as much experience as we had back then, but some of it depends upon luck. You know, last year we had a good season also. We won the division, we made it to the US Open Cup, but in the playoffs we lost out on penalties.
The Fusion have traditionally been successful during the PDL regular season, in part because of their demanding preseason exhibition matches. Professional teams from around the globe have frequently spent the winter in Ventura playing the Fusion, including top teams from Major League Soccer, as well as overseas opponents Everton FC and Burnley FC from England. The talent pool around the Premier Development League continues to grow. In 2011, 8 of the first 10 players selected in the MLS Super Draft had played in the PDL. In all, 37 of the 54 players taken in that draft had participated in the PDL. As in years past, the PDL continues to grow on the field, with plenty of new teams debuting in exciting cities in 2011. Expansion franchises can be found in Edinburgh, Texas, Everett, Washington, Fredericksburg, Virginia, Los Angeles, California, and Winnipeg, Manitoba. Looking ahead to 2012, the famed New York Cosmos will field a PDL team. That franchise will be led by United Soccer League's Hall of Famer Giovanni Savarese. Who can forget his championship-clinching goal with 6 seconds to play in 1995 that gave the Long Island Rough Riders that year's USL Second Division title? And Pele? He's been named honorary president of the New York Cosmos. Undoubtedly, 2011 should be another quality season as the PDL continues to provide an important stepping stone for young players to reach the highest levels of the sport of soccer.
Now they raise the trophy in celebration as your 2010 W League champions.
USL's top level of women's soccer in the United States and Canada is the W League. The Buffalo Flash won the 2010 title after beating the Vancouver Whitecaps 3-1 on Fox Soccer, behind W League Most Valuable Player Kelly Parker and championship match MVP Veronica Boquette. The two combined to seal the W League championship for Buffalo as the Flash raised the trophy on national television. The USL W League is the first and longest-standing women's league in North America. The W League not only features international and professional stars, but elite amateur players as well. All are able to keep their collegiate eligibility while playing at this high level of women's soccer. 27 teams will vie for the W League title, which will be hosted by the Seattle Sounders women in 2011. The Pally Blues will be eager to return to their W League glory in 2011 after winning back-to-back titles in 2008 and 2009. Also in contention, look out for two teams from last year's Final Four in Vancouver Whitecaps FC and the Atlanta Silverbacks. And the Ottawa Fury, division winners since 2004, will again be the team to beat out of the Central Conference. The W League is the springboard into the WPS, with several players signing with WPS sides immediately following the 2010 campaign, including Parker and Boquette, who joined Sky Blue and Chicago Red Stars, respectively. In January, 13 of the 24 players taken in the women's professional soccer draft played in the W League, including the #1 overall pick, Alex Morgan from the Pally Blues. Before getting to the W League or the PDL, many players develop their games in the USL's Super Y and Super 20 leagues. While the Super Y League continues to grow at an incredible pace, the Super 20 League continues to be the only U20 men's and women's North American amateur league, providing top 17 to 20-year-olds in the U.S. and Canada the platform to compete at the elite level. The Columbus Crew Juniors captured their first Super 20 title last year, marking the third consecutive year an MLS-affiliated club has won the Super 20 crown. On the women's side, Princeton Soccer edged out the Washington Freedom to win their 2010 Super 20 championship. This year, Columbus Crew Juniors and Princeton will be joined by more than 80 Super 20 teams, representing 66 Super 20 clubs across North America. The Super 20 championship will be held close to USL's headquarters in Tampa, Florida, later this year. Complementing the Super 20 League is the Super Y League, a league dedicated to the progression of future professional players. The Super Y League Olympic Development Program has opened countless doors for players to be identified for U.S. national teams. More than 500 teams from 75 clubs across North America will be competing in 2011 for the chance to come to Tampa, Florida for the Super Y League North American Finals in December. The Super Y League contains the youth academies of Major League Soccer clubs, USL Pro teams, PDL, and W League clubs. The league continues to serve clubs looking to develop the game of soccer from the ground up. The PDL, the W League, the Super 20 League, and the Super Y League continue to provide a platform for thousands of young men and women to achieve their soccer dreams. But right now, let's turn our attention back to USL Pro. Mike Clan introduces us to the rest of the teams in the dynamic top flight.
Very few teams in this country have enjoyed as much success on the field as USL's Rochester Rhinos. One of 6 teams in USL Pro's national division for the 2011 season, the Rhinos entered the professional soccer landscape back in 1996, building a model franchise in a town that quickly earned the nickname Soccer City, USA. The 2011 Rhinos are looking to return to their championship glory days of the past, a storied history that includes 3 USL Professional League championships and bragging rights as the only USL team to win the prestigious Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup in the MLS era. In the Rhinos' path this season, 5 national division sides, 3 with USL experience, and newcomers FC New York and the Los Angeles Blues. FC New York has assembled an international roster that caters to the melting pot that is New York City. Once again, the world's greatest game has found a home in the world's greatest city. From the skyline of Manhattan to the pitch at St. John's University, FC New York is hoping 2011 can bring USL Pro success to the Big Apple. Meanwhile, the West Coast has been getting behind the Los Angeles Blues since the first-year team launched into USL Pro this season. Head coach Charlie Namo, a veteran USL coach and executive, is working with a blend of local and international talent to attempt to guide a Southern California team into the postseason for the first time since the San Diego Flash and the Los Angeles Salsa in the 90s. Moving to Ohio, the Dayton Dutch Lions have made the move to USL Pro this season after participating as a professional team within the USL PDL in 2010. As their name refers, Dayton is a squad with a clear Dutch influence, from several Dutch players dotting the roster to head coach Ivar van den Terren manning the sidelines. The Dutch Lions are making their presence known in USL circles by emulating the classic Dutch playing style, as well as establishing a formal affiliation with European side FC 20 of the Dutch Eredivisie, which will compete in the 2011-12 UEFA Champions League. In Pennsylvania, USL Pro fans are treated to an intra-state rivalry with the continuation of a USL Keystone State Derby between the Harrisburg City Islanders and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Pittsburgh has been around this neighborhood before, playing in USL's top division for much of the past decade, and later also creating a stir in USL 2. They made it to the postseason last year before being knocked out by finalist Richmond. Nonetheless, 3 players, Jeremy Dayton, Shintaro Harada, and Hunter Gilstrap, were named USL's Second Division Rookie, Defender, and Goalkeeper of the Year, respectively. Now in USL Pro and a strong young team, Pittsburgh is hoping to get back to the postseason and survive a tightly packed National Division regular season. 2007, USL Pro's Harrisburg City Islanders claimed the USL's Second Division title before a national television audience on Fox Soccer. They'd like nothing more than to hoist the trophy again in 2011. Harrisburg has been a part of USL since 2004, and now 4 years after their championship run, the City Islanders have added a number of attacking pieces, including former University of Maryland talent Jason Herrick. Who can forget his goal in just the first minute back in 2008 as Maryland encountered Wake Forest on Fox Soccer? For USL Breakaway Magazine, I'm Mike Clan reporting.
From the pros at the top of the USL pyramid to the stars of tomorrow kicking it in the Super Y League, United Soccer League's silver anniversary season is sure to be full of glittering memories. Remember, our coverage of the USL Pro Game of the Week begins on Saturday night, June 11th in Rochester as the Rhinos host the Harrisburg City Islanders. It's one of 15 USL telecasts this summer on Fox Soccer. It'll also include the championship matches in the PDL, W League, and USL Pro. Be sure to check uslsoccer.com for the full schedule and stay tuned. Well, that's it for now, but our journey has just begun. Thanks so much for watching, and keep watching. For all of us here at the United Soccer Leagues, I'm Ken Tomash. See you next time on USL Breakaway Magazine Show.